This is a simulation of the speaking test of the International English Language Testing System taking place on Tuesday, 29th of August, 2023. I'm Mohammad Hassan Jan, the practice examiner. In the official IELTS speaking test, you may have to show your identification, but that will not be needed now, as this is just a simulation of the actual test. Now, in this first part of the test, I'd like to ask some questions about yourself. All right. So do you work or study?
I actually do both. I teach English composition, and I also study. I'm a graduate student in the Writing, Rhetorics, and Literacies program at Arizona State University.
Hey, that's great. And where are you living currently?
I currently live in Chandler, Arizona.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you tell me something about the place where you are living?
It's sort of the suburban area, lots of parks. It's very hot, sort of desert. It's a desert.
Mhm.
And my neighborhood is mostly, a lot of families in the neighborhood. So lots of kids and schools
Mhm.
and parks.
All right. Okay. Let me ask you some more questions about your daily routine and activities. Do you like to stay up late?
I don't know that I like to stay up late, but I often stay up late. It's just a quiet time for me to get work done. Uh, During the daytime, I'm pretty busy, so it's nighttime when I can really focus on my work.
Mhm.
So I like it because I can do my work then, but I would like to sleep more if I could.
All right. And how do you feel the next day after having a late night?
Um, well, if I've had a late night and it was productive, then I'm tired, but I feel kind of relieved and less stressed because I got a lot done. Um, I'm sometimes a little bit cranky, just because maybe I didn't get enough sleep. I have to admit that. But usually, even if I'm tired, I'll feel good if I got a lot done.
Yeah. Okay. How do you prefer to spend your weekends?
I prefer to spend the weekend. Actually, I like staying home. I have two kids. I like playing board games with them or watching a movie. Um, if the weather, if it was a lot cooler, I would like to spend some time outside, maybe go running or play basketball with the kids. But at this point in my life, yeah, I'm not going out partying or anything like that. Maybe get some shopping done. Maybe, yeah, mostly I think I enjoy sort of just staying home and relaxing.
All right. And how busy is a typical working day for you?
I think I don't know that it's busier than any other person's day, but I think my days are kind of irregular in some ways just because every day is a bit different. Um, but I guess with the multiple roles, I think as a parent and then as a teacher and then as a student. So I think I would characterize it as pretty busy, but manageable if I don't procrastinate.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so that was the end of part one. Now, in this part two, I'm going to give you a topic and I would like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right. So what I'll be doing is I'll be sharing my screen and show the topic. And uh, please tell me if you can see the topic on your screen.
Yes, I can. Thank you.
I would like you to describe a leisure activity that you did when you were young, all right? And your 1 minute preparation time starts now. All right, so thank you. Your preparation time is up. Now, as you start, you speak for about 1 to 2 minutes, and I'll tell you when your time is up. Don't worry if I stop you, and you may start speaking now, please.
A leisure activity that I really enjoyed when I was young was roller skating. Um, I still remember when my dad bought me roller skates from Sears. They were white with hot pink wheels. And I mostly roller skated around my neighborhood. And when I learned how to roller skate, I learned with my cousins. So sometimes we would skate together, but mostly I roller skated by myself all around the neighborhood. Um, it may seem a little ridiculous, but I even roller skated in the supermarket. My mom wanted me to pick up some milk, and I did that. The store clerk was very polite in asking me not to roller skate in the store, but I really felt like roller skates were like my driver's license or something. I just felt really free to be able to roller skate around the neighborhood, and I got to enjoy the neighborhood, like see it differently. Did I fall sometimes? Sure, because I would trip over like a twig or like the railroad tracks. But while I skated, I would listen to my Walkman. I would listen to Chinese music, American music, and I just felt like I was in my own little world, which probably has some safety issues. I mean, but I tried not to turn it up too loud. But I have really, really fond memories of roller skating. I did that for during my elementary and junior high school years, even into high school. Um, I haven't skated in a long time though, but and I was pretty good, I have to say. So I was really comfortable. It was like a second pair of shoes. I would go up and down stairs. I would go across the street, um, and I would practice moves in the garage. I envisioned myself like a professional ice skater, even though I'm sure I didn't look like that. But
All right, so when was the last time you did it?
the last time I did it was actually about 2 years ago when my kids were trying to learn to skate. So I bought a pair. I'm not as good as I used to be, though.
All right. Okay, so you have been telling me about your roller skating. Now, in this part, I'd like to ask you some more general questions related to the theme. So let's talk about leisure activities in a more general way. Is it important to spend time doing leisure activities?
I think so. I think leisure activities are really important, and I know people have different ideas of what leisure activities are. Mine are pretty simple. Doing something outdoors or just reading, watching TV. I think it's important to have that balance, especially when we have so much stress in our lives with work or parenting or taking classes. So I think leisure activities are important for just um, your well-being.
Mhm. All right. So, do men and women in your countries have different leisure activities, or they're the same?
I think they're similar. I mean, I think this is a tough question. I think what I would say right now is that sometimes certain leisure activities may be attributed to males, like drinking or like playing sports or something, and women, shopping. But then, like, for someone like me, it's reverse. I like drinking and I like playing sports and I hate shopping. I think there may be some um, differences, but it's not necessarily that they're um, they're. I think a lot of times they're just perhaps generalizations.
Mhm. All right. And in today's time, um, have you noticed any major changes in how people spend their free time in terms of their preferences and activities?
Yeah, I mean, I have to go here, I guess, with technology. I think technology's made a big difference. People are on their phones a lot. So I think that's probably the biggest difference that I've noticed. But at the same time, I guess it's also with like technology, it's allowed people to connect in different ways. But I would say that's the biggest one. I also think with the climate change, I think it's impacted the way people spend their time and how they can spend their time. Like, I would love to go outside right now, but it's burning hot. So you can't really do those outdoor activities depending on where you live.
Mm. Oh, that is interesting. What leisure activities do you think will be popular in the future?
Well, I, I, on my mind right now is I'm thinking about pickleball because I just saw a documentary on it. So there are these sports I'm learning about from my students and just sort of on TV, like pickleball. And there's another type of sport where you throw the ball onto a trampoline and it bounces off or something. So I think there's these different sort of sports that are kind of coming out. And I think other things like going to the movies, that experience is very different now. It's more common to like have a meal while you watch a movie. And I think I'm not sure yet specifically how, but I think coming sort of um, like after the pandemic, I think leisure activities will have changed a lot. I'm not sure specifically how, but I think what people are able to do or what they would consider as leisure activities has probably been impacted by the pandemic.
All right. Thank you so much. That is the end of the
Thank
test.
you. Thank you.
My pleasure.